Morning, Chevra. Today is the 8th day of Kislev. Beautiful Friday morning. It's almost Shabbos. After davening, hurry up, get ready. We're on page 92 in the Chayenu. If you didn't order yours yet, check out the newsletter for 20% discount. Okay, in today's lesson, performing mitzvahs is not merely a state of elevation from below upward, but it brings down brachas, it brings down godly light. There's tremendous benefits in doing a mitzvah. Besides all the above, meaning all the above mentioned ways in which the action-based mitzvahs are superior to intellectually aroused love and fear. So when we think about the love and fear of Hashem, but then we do an action-based mitzvah, it has an advantage. Even a great and lofty soul that comes from the highest level. Though it derives from the vessels of Atzilus, the outer level, and equally in the case of the soul that comes from the nefesh, ruach, which derive from the vessels of Yitzira and Asiya. In the chilu urechimu, try to say that 5 times fast. Sichliim shalahem, their intellectual love and fear, which themselves are a mode of elevation, also come from oirim gam ken bikelim di yitzirasiyah b'chinas Allah imata l'mayla di yisirus l'sata. They also arouse in the vessels of Yitzira and Asiya a state of upward elevation through our efforts, through our action below. However, this is a state of departure alone. Imagine you did a mitzvah and whatever it was, it just went up and that's it. After that, it's cut off. No, that's not what happens. We're bringing godliness down into the world, light and the light of Hashem, through doing a mitzvah, through doing a practical mitzvah, putting on tefillin. Shabbos candles is coming up, Hanukkah is coming up. And we draw the light down into these kelim, into these vessels. Specifically into the external aspect of the vessels. The external aspect of the levels from above come down, while the internal aspect of the inferior level rises up. It says, created things thus experience an upward, directed longing for the divine godliness. As we do that, godliness descends into this world. This is the intent of what was quoted earlier from the Zayar in Parshas Pekudei, that there is an order of elevation and an order of descent. It's not just random. Everything happens in a particular order. Both are needed for the divine purpose, meaning for our avodah, and ayidei halos ma'im nukvin misag b'chinas avodah oivada umilula, by the elevation of ma'im nukvin from the divine musag that is accomplished by the elevation of the nitzutzis, the sparks, through deed and speech. Zeo tachlis ishtalshlus liskalois oid elyon lamati. He's trying to show here that every mitzvah has its particular effect that it creates, the elevation, the drawing down, all of this. This is the ultimate purpose of the downward progression of all the various worlds, that the supernal light will be revealed down below. The fact that our prayers, our mitzvahs, our Ava and Yira go up and is elevated, this is only momentary until a further descent. Again, the whole purpose is to bring light into the physical world, into the farthest part from godliness, where God is most hidden. And even so, when an elevation is necessary, this involves not the ascent of the light, but that would be a move towards departure. The light's not leaving, but specifically an elevation of the vessels towards the supernal oiros, the lights, he mailos hashabbos v'yom kippurim. And this is why Shabbos and Yom Kippur is so special. at which time there's an elevation of all the world. So it makes our job so much easier. The Kalim are in a state of elevation towards these lights, and we just have to do our part. But not the elevation and departure of the lights. The nefesh, ruach, and neshama level of man, relative to his physical body in this world, are considered as lights relative to vessels. Right? We have these different levels of our neshama within us. So too, our intellectual love and fear relative to mitzvahs of action, they too are considered lights relative to vessels. This is why Moshe Rabbeinu offered 550 tefillos, prayers, equivalent in number to the word Veschanon, asking that he be privileged to enter the Holy Land. He understood and knew that the whole tachlis and purpose of creation is to fulfill a practical mitzvah down here in this physical world. And not just in this physical world, but also in the Holy Land, where certain mitzvahs, only certain mitzvahs can be done there. And the fulfillment of the practical mitzvahs is the ultimate purpose, not just of the world, but of the whole Seder Shtalshalos, all the spiritual worlds as well, going all the way up the chain, and that godliness is drawn down through them into this world. And this too, as regards to the physical utterance of the law, when we learn halacha, we should actually, we say the words, or mamish, uttering and studying the laws of the mitzvahs through our physical speech, and when we do so, we draw down godly light from above. Imagine that. We could be, Moshe Rabbeinu is begging Hashem, please let me in, and all we have to do is open up a Shulchan Aruch and read the halacha, open up a Mishnah Torah and read the Rambam. The takeaway is Hashem created the world through a downgrading of energy, and then the energy came down and was hidden down here. But this is the way that the Eibishter is compatible with physical matter, and we can reveal the godliness in it. Since it's so hidden, we have access to it, we have the free choice, and we're able to elevate it through our utilization of the mitzvahs, through our enunciation and articulation of the brachas, and specifically through learning the laws of the mitzvahs. Everyone have a wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful, beautiful day.